Hi everyone, welcome to the SuperClashBros, a podcast where we take a deep dive into the horror stories of Reddit and discuss the things that truly go bump in the night. My name is Trey, and I will be your guide through the strange and unexplainable this evening. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Trey, and today I'm joined by my co-host Connor. Tonight I will be narrating the story. Today's story comes from the subreddit LetsNotMeet, and has been posted by a user that has been deleted. So I don't know who it's by, unfortunately. But it is titled, Babysitting Gets Creepy. I began babysitting at 13 to earn extra money to spend on horribly embarrassing things like Fall Out Boy CDs. I would almost always work for my dad's clients and get referred by word of mouth. I was babysitting for this one family who had a little girl, 9, and a little boy, 7. The parents seemed okay, if a tad crotchety, giving me a full schedule to follow and jokingly threatening to beat any boy who might mysteriously show up after they left. It felt cruel for them to accuse me of even knowing a boy, given I basically looked like an overgrown baby with frizzy hair at that age. Almost immediately after the parents leaving, the little girl sings in a creepy high-pitched voice, "We're all alone now." Radio, cue the Shining soundtrack. Looking back now, I know the kid probably just heard the term on TV, knew the word was shocking, and said it. Oh wait, hold on. I skipped a part. I know, the little boy chimed in. Let's play blank. I'm not going to say the word. Looking back now, I know the kid probably just heard the term on TV, knew the word was shocking, and said it just for a reaction. I totally bought into it at the time, sputtering wide-eyed and changing the subject quickly. These kids were hell for the next hour. I wouldn't let them watch South Park on the TV because their parents did not seem like the type to allow their precious 7 and 9-year-old to watch a show like that. As soon as I said no, the little girl said casually, "Oh, that's fine. We'll just go play PlayStation in the family room. Feel free to watch it out here." Lol, nope, I knew exactly where that was headed. I said they could watch any other TV show in the living room while I made them dinner. The parents had left instructions to make them sandwiches. I could handle that. Before I had even gotten out the bread, I hear a massive crash. It seems like the little girl had broken a glass. Tutting and pissed, but ultimately with no way to punish her, I cleaned it up while these two incredibly weird kids watched with wide eyes. Dumping the broken glass in the trash, I went back to making the sandwiches. I'm a vegetarian, so while the kids had chicken, I made a simple salad one for myself. Just as I was finishing, the little boy screamed out in what, even from my hyper-vigilant state as an accountable teenage babysitter, sounded like a pantomime of pain. Nonetheless, I ran over to the couch in the living room to check on him. "My ankle," he howled, dramatically flopping back into the couch. While I tried to figure out how he had hurt his ankle, the little girl slipped out of the room. Peripherally, I was aware of this, but didn't really pay it any mind, focused on this little boy pretending to be in pain. He kept saying, "I went to stand, but it hurt too much, I don't know," over and over until his eyes suddenly flicked to just behind me, where I could see the little girl standing with a perturbing smile on her face. He was miraculously healed. Yeah, praise the Lord. At this point, I was just thinking these kids were really weird, craved attention a little too much, and probably needed more parental involvement. Whatever, I was 13 and the $60 was only 4 hours away. I set out the sandwiches for the two to eat at the dining table, went to get a soda and returned. After pouring soda for the both of them, I realized they hadn't even taken a bite of their sandwiches yet. I asked them what they were waiting for. They smiled. "For you to take a bite of yours." I'm so glad I had a gut feeling to open the top part of bread of my sandwich, because when I did, I saw glass. Broken glass. Broken glass that I'd put in the trash. I stared in horror at the two little kids staring at me with menacing twin grins. I lost it, shouting, "Are you serious? At the very least, you could have really injured my mouth. What's wrong with you two?" Instead of crying or apologizing or pretending to be ashamed or confused, these two little fuckers began laughing. Not like kids. It was too low. It wasn't that silly free laugh kids laugh. It was low and threatening. I'll never forget that noise. My immediate reaction was, these kids are too young to be laughing like that. I called my older sister, 17 at the time, cried about what happened, and she came and took over for me. We left the house with chills after the parents arrived. I never babysat for those two again. What I can't get past is the level of premeditation that went into sprinkling that broken glass in my sandwich, and the totally remorseless way they responded to my getting upset. They were unlike any two kids I've ever met before. And that's the story.
Man.
Super fucking creepy.
Yeah. So I think these kids... all right, let me change this a little bit. So it's established that they want to watch South Park, which likely means that they've watched before.
Right.
And some of the things they were saying were a little bit more adult in content. And anyway, so I think that contributed to some of this insane behavior. And I want to preface it by saying, I don't think watching that sort of content is really appropriate for children, but I don't think it automatically makes a kid crazy and will do crazy stuff like that. However, if a child already has, sociopathic tendencies, it would not be shocking for them to see things like that. Because, Cartman in that show does some really fucked up things. To think that they could do something like that, and be it for fun and all for jokes or whatever.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from on that. However, I don't think that, they've ever done anything like putting broken glass in a sandwich on the show. I think that just comes from, like these kids being like truly mentally disturbed in some capacity. Like obviously, like, it was premeditated, it was planned. I question whether the girl broke the glass on purpose, like if it was planned that far back, or like even before she got there to babysit. Because I mean, like, the little girl is 9, she's the oldest one of the two kids, so the little boy is obviously just like following her lead on this. So I think that she's just like a, like, this was 9 years ago, so who knows where this kid is at now. But yeah, they're probably like a sociopath or something like that.
Yeah, I'd be afraid to meet this person as an adult.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me, that a child would go to that length to harm another person. Like, I mean, I personally, like, I'm not a fan of kids in general. Like, yeah, they can be cute, but like, honestly, fuck them.
Crotch goblin.
Like, it's shit like this that makes me be like, no to like having kids. Like, no way like, the chances are, with my luck, my kid would end up being like a fucking serial killer or some shit. So yeah. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, it's a creepy kid.
Oh yeah.
And
makes you wonder where they learned to do such things.
How did they learn about that? Like, to just like plan it the way that they did, is just eerie to me. And then another thing for me is like, this babysitter is only getting like $60 for like 5 hours worth of work.
She's 13 too.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess this was 9 years ago. Things were different.
Well, it's
back
even
then.
more than that, because unless the person who posted this was a 13-year-old, then it was when they were 13.
Right, yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Like,
I
never, like, I had to babysit my little brothers, which I never got paid for, unfortunately. But like, I couldn't personally babysit a kid. I don't quite understand people that do. I'm not a huge fan of children. But I would definitely want like a higher rate than $60 for like 5 hours worth of work.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's just a really fucked up story.
Yeah, dude. No, I would not want
man,
anything to do. I kind of feel like at that point, though, The older sister should have said something to the parents.
Right, yeah, like, you know,
Like, hey,
definitely.
my
But
kid's
like,
sister.
what if the parents are also creepy? You know, like that would be my first thought. Would be like, if I tell the fucking parents, are they gonna like chloroform me and fucking throw me in like the basement?
Yeah, how did they? I kind of want more info. Like, how did they find
Hmm.
this family? Is it like one of their parents' friends? Is it just
Right.
someone
Well,
in the
okay.
neighborhood?
So the story says they're her dad's clients,
Oh,
and their dad is a lawyer.
well, shit. Tell your
And so,
dad.
well, not only that, but like I'm just like, if they're clients of his, like, why are they clients? Like, what reason do they need a lawyer for? If like
It's
their
the
kids are
kids.
turning
It's the
out,
fucking kids, isn't it?
like Jesus Christ, like
Ugh,
are the parents sociopaths too? And it's just like being
could
passed
be
down.
a genetic trait.
God, like it's just, it's chilling, man.
Yeah, dude. Creepy.
It's unsettling. Like I would have slapped the shit out of those kids. I'd be like, fuck.
Like, my dad's a lawyer. He'll cover it for me.
Yeah.
It was self-defense.
I mean, technically, yeah. Oh man. All right. Well, I think that's gonna do it for us on that one tonight, guys. If you have any stories you'd like to submit, you can do so via our email, which is scspookycast@gmail.com. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all of our content. But other than that, we hope that you have a safe and spooky night, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.